Elon Musk took over Twitter, as you guys know, and said, I am the free speech king. I'm going to let people speak their mind, say their truth, all that stuff. Conservatives are going to stop being censored and all of this, right? Well, he started banning journalists, which is not very pro-free speech in my mind. Let me know if you disagree. And you'll see this being discussed on CNN. Pretty wild. The background is that there's an account that uses publicly available data to keep track or post where his private plane is at any given point in time. And that, of course, was banned, even though Elon Musk said he wasn't going to ban that account, and then he did. But the part that's wild is just journalists reporting on that story that Elon Musk had done that also were getting banned, which is wild.
Step of suspending journalists from a major social media platform and drawing criticism from world leaders as a result. The German foreign minister chiming in this morning saying press freedom cannot be switched on and off on a whim. One of those journalists who was banned last night is CNN's Donny O'Sullivan. He joins us now. There are a lot of things to clear up here. I think the most important is an accusation that he made. Elon Musk said, quote, they posted my exact real-time location. Did you do that?
No, that's just entirely false. And from what we can see, the other journalists who have been suspended as well also did not post his precise live location.
What did you do?
This all goes back. I poked the billionaire. This all goes back to a few days ago when there's this account that tracks the location using publicly available information of his plane. And he kicked that off Twitter. He changed the rules to make it against Twitter's rules. And we were reporting on that. We were reporting on the shutdown yesterday. And late last night around 7, 8 p.m., colleague Oliver Darcy texted me to say, you've been suspended from Twitter.
Yeah. So you really, I wasn't joking, I'm serious. What did you do? You just simply reported on Twitter and Elon Musk.
We did reporting. And look, I mean...
Right. So... why am I covering this? I think we know this as people who have been keeping up with this ongoing story with Elon Musk, but it's all not true when it comes to this idea that it's the conservatives that Elon Musk now associates with who care about free speech, and that's what they're fighting for, and liberals are trying to take it away. And there's two reasons why we know that. When conservatives have their own platform, so Truth Social is an example of this, or all of the countless ones that have been started, and now Twitter, they don't actually do the thing, creating the utopia that they pretend could exist, because they realize, in the cases of some of these other conservative platforms, oh, we can't just have a complete open free-for-all, otherwise it gets crazy and nobody wants to be on this platform. Or in the case of Elon Musk and some other platforms as well, it's too tempting to ban people they don't like or ban opinions they don't like. And so the platforms actually become worse, more against free speech, as they say, than even they were previously. But the other big component is it bothers me when people pretend like this is a matter of freedom of speech in the sense of the First Amendment. Because the First Amendment, of course, that gives us the right of free speech applies to the government. So Twitter, as a private company, just like how when you walk into a small business, they can tell you, you don't have shoes on, get out of my store. Twitter, as a private company, can say, you don't get to be on this platform if X, Y, and Z. And so I've always said that they can really do whatever they want. It's not a matter of the First Amendment. And then we can have preferences. And it's the conservatives talk so much about loving the free market. So if there really was so many people in the country who hated the way Twitter was running Twitter, then another company should pop up under their idea of how the free market works, right? So I think it's perfectly fair to criticize terms of service of platforms. Sometimes they take people off too easily. Sometimes they wait too long to take people off. And we can criticize all those decisions and put on pressure, consumer pressure on them and push for different policies, of course. And I think that can be enraging, but it doesn't fall within the First Amendment at all. Completely separate conversation. And then again, now we're seeing a great example of the hypocrisy that Elon Musk says it's the worst violation of freedom of speech ever, that before he got there, the Biden campaign, before he was even president, reached out to Twitter and said, hey, there's a photo of my son being circulated on your platform, Hunter Biden, that's nude. This is not consensually released of him. That's against your terms of service. Can you take it down? And Twitter went no, you're right, this is against our term of service, we're going to take it down. That was the biggest violation of freedom of speech. It changed the results of the election. That's what we heard from conservatives after the Twitter files dropped. But then this happens. Elon Musk is quite literally banning the people who are most responsible for getting information out to people, journalists. And that's not a huge violation of freedom of speech. If people were to believe that Twitter was something that had to have freedom of speech, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it just shows you sometimes whenever a principle is laid out to you by someone who is shown time and time again they don't stick to their principles, you don't really have to pay attention or care as much as you would with somebody else. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to be a part of what makes this show possible, plus get access to the full video version of the show hours before any of the clips are uploaded to YouTube, plus get a full extra show every single Saturday, you can do so by going to patreon.com/Luke Beasley. That's patreon.com/Luke Beasley, and there's a link in the description.